The United States was putting together this coalition to help keep shipping open and stuff. But watch what happened.
In a year of profound tests, the world looked to the United States to lead, and that's just what we did. It was also...
No, this is the Secretary of State for the United States. This is Antony Blinken. Antony.
A year when our friends and partners took significant, at times even unprecedented steps to share with us the responsibility of leadership. As we head into 2024, we will continue to stand shoulder to shoulder with those who share our vision for a free, open, prosperous, and secure world. Because
is that what you guys have been doing? You've been working for a free, open, and prosperous free world. I didn't know that. I thought you guys were blowing the shit out of smaller, less powerful countries and stealing their natural resources after you slaughtered their people. That's what I thought you were doing. But that's me. What do I know, right?
That's what delivering for the American people demands.
Oh, yeah. Delivering for the American. So guess what? U.S. announces a naval coalition. This is from Tuesday, December 19th. A naval coalition to defend the Red Sea shipping from Houthi attacks. Now, they say the Houthis are backed by Iran. Egypt and Saudi Arabia notably absent from, it's called Operation Prosperity. Operation Prosperity Guardian. As more shipping companies forego. So now they're stopping going through the Red Sea. And they're going to make that trip all the way around Africa. Confirmed Operation Prosperity Guardian falls apart as France, Spain, and Italy withdraw, refusing to put their warships under U.S. command. Oh, so I guess a lot of people aren't standing shoulder to shoulder with Antony Blinken anymore. Cracks in the Red Sea Alliance underline U.S.-Europe division, embarrassment of U.S. leadership. That's from Global Times. A spokesman for Spain's defense ministry told AFP on Sunday that the country will not participate in the so-called Operation Prosperity Guardian, a U.S.-led maritime task force in the Red Sea that aims to protect the passage of Israeli-owned and Israeli-bound merchant vessels. Obviously, the United States' European allies are no longer willing to foot the bill of the United States' selfishness. Operation Prosperity Guardian, organized by the U.S., has a strong political overtone that is safeguarding Israel's national interests. Israel's actions in Gaza have aroused the anger of the international community. So this is all about United States and Israel. More than 20,000 Palestinians have killed, 50,000 injured, and much of Gaza has been destroyed. Some European countries have begun to diverge from the United States on the Palestinian-Israeli conflict. The objective of the U.S. creating the Red Sea Alliance, on the other hand, is testing whether its allies share the same beliefs with it on this issue. On the other hand, Washington is levering multilateral, I think that should be leveraging. Washington is levering multilateral diplomatic actions to cover up its unilateral support of Israel. So they're trying to get other countries involved to make it look like we're not maniacs. U.S. allies always support the United States and share its stance, but that does not mean they will ultimately support the frenzied positions taken by the United States on all issues, especially when the United States position is contrary to their own interests. Take France, for example. Okay, France's interests in the Middle East are multi-layered. The relationship between France and Lebanon has historical, cultural, and political dimensions. There are fundamental differences between France's relations with the Arab countries and the diplomatic posture of the United States in the Middle East. For a long time, the United States has had a bossy... That's a funny way to put it. Has had a bossy attitude. You're being very bossy. Has had a bossy... United States, you're being very bossy. Has a bossy attitude towards its European allies, taking it for granted that the value of its allies is to serve its interests. So when United States Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin included Spain in the United States commanded Operation Prosperity Guardian, he did it without prior notice, according to the Spanish media outlet. So he just said it. He just decided, yeah, we're going to have France. We're going to have Spain too, without even asking them. The move displeased the Spanish government and triggered tension between Madrid and Washington. We could feel Washington's strong desire to control Europe and Europe's struggle to control its own destiny. To put it bluntly, the United States treats Europe as a lackey. You think? You think we blew up the Nord Stream pipeline, which supplied cheap energy to Europe, and now Germany, which is the engine of Europe, is paying 4 times the rate for their energy than they were before we did that. Geez, you blow up one pipeline providing cheap natural gas to hundreds of millions of people, and they get all pissy. Let's see. Europe has paid a huge price for the transatlantic alliance. Europe hopes to gain strategic independence, but it's not capable of doing so. In the context of the Russia-Ukraine conflict in the past 2 years, the United States has firmly tied Europe to the UN's alliance mechanism. Yet France said its operation in the Red Sea would stay under French command, while Italy said its operation was not part of Operation Prosperity Guardian, according to Reuters. Europe may not want to turn nasty with the U.S., but its grievance toward the U.S. will accumulate, and the divergences between the U.S. and Europe will widen. No kidding? There's a lot to this story. I'm going to skip the rest of it. Europe's relation with America is that of an abusing partner. Yes, Europe is in denial of the abuse and keeps hoping its partner will come right. But as we know, abusing relationships don't end well, and the abuser will never change. That's exactly right. So there's our Operation Guardian Red Sea fuckface thing is over. And it seems like they're pushing back. Spain, Italy. What do you make of this? France?
I mean, that sounds like something Joe Biden would call it. Operation Guardian Fuckface thing, prosperity, whatever.
Oh, come on, man.
You should
Give me a
work for the
break.
administration.
Soldier.
Yeah, right. Operation Lion Dogface Pony Soldier has been a failure. No, I mean, it is moving to see the United States so discredited on the world stage. I mean, in that very twisted sense, perhaps Joe Biden is the best president in the modern era, is that no one has done as good a job as he has as just unmasking this country for the fucking pile of shit that it is. I mean, because he doesn't put a face on it the way Obama did, or even the way Trump could have. You know, he is just such a non-entity that now everybody understands who actually runs the country. It's actually Tony Blinken running the country. It's actually Jake Sullivan running the country. It's actually the underlings at all of these agencies who we never see and never hear of who are running things. And because Biden is just so weak in that executive spot, he just exposes the permanent state because nobody believes he's actually running things. And so it just exposes the country for the joke that it is, to the point where now even Spain's like, yeah, no, go fuck yourself. We're not doing that.
Well, and just what they described there, like Blinken without calling anybody. Yeah. Put Spain down.
Yeah, Spain there.
Down.
Yeah,
Those motherfuckers, let them say something. Let them say something.
Yeah, so we're putting Spain on second base. We're going to put Portugal out in left field. Ireland's on third tonight. Yeah.
That's it. That's a ball club.
That's
what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
France is going to play short center.
Yeah, exactly.
This is what Trump never understood, or he never really cared about. When he would break their balls about not kicking up for NATO and their troop allotment, what he never really understood is that the United States is bribing these countries by providing for their defense. And with all the money they save on having to pay for the military, they get to provide a social safety net to their citizens, unlike the United States, where that money is going down the maw of the Pentagon. They get to have universal health care, and we get to provide all the troops and all the funding for their defense. It's so that in moments like this, we can tell them what to do. But at this point, I think they've become so afraid of how crazy, erratic, irrational, and dangerous the United States is. They're like, to hell with it, man. We'll provide for our own defense. It's just not worth getting in bed with these nut jobs.
That's what I think, too. I think what they've seen, that what we've done since George Bush's election, since 9/11, right? We did Iraq. We did Libya. We did Syria. We did Afghanistan for 20 years. Yemen, Somalia. Right. now Ukraine, and now we're supporting this genocide in Gaza, and we're trying to pick a fight with Iran and Hezbollah, and now in China. I mean, I think and it's so funny. I'll go back to that Christmas party I was at. They were saying, yeah, but you don't want Trump to be president again, man. The whole world will turn again. I'm like, that's exactly what's happening now with Joe Biden. It didn't happen under Donald Trump. He was already president. It didn't happen. Joe Biden gets in, immediately starts a couple of wars, starts saber rattling with China, and then he gets the rest of the world. Well, I told him, I go, Saudi Arabia is now selling oil in other denominations besides American dollars. That's what they said was going to happen under Trump. You know that there's now big power and economic power centers being created and joining together to oppose the United States. That's what they said was going to happen under Donald Trump. That's happening now. People know nothing. People know nothing.
It's amazing.
It is very weird that, Steph mentioned that somebody was pitching Gavin Newsom at the party that she was at.
Yes.
I talked to another leftist who comes on our show sometimes, and she had exactly that experience that somebody pitched Gavin Newsom to her. What is it? Why do all the leftists wind up at Christmas parties with all of the libs? Aren't there leftist Christmas parties to go to? Doesn't anyone know any leftists that they can gather under the tree with? Why is it only libs? Only libs celebrate Christmas? What's going on with this?
We had Christmas, but it was just immediate family. So no, I can't. But maybe we'll have our New Year's. We're going to have some people over. We're doing that big show December 30th. Jackson Hinkle. Boy, a lot of people. I like hanging out with Jackson because he's the only guy people hate as much as they hate me. I love it. And and he loves to stick it right back in their face. But anyway, also, we're gonna have Alex Jones on Thursday, 12:15 p.m. Pacific time. We're gonna do 11 a.m. live stream, right?
Richard Roth at the top of the show.
Richard Roth at the top of the show talking about his lawsuit against the CIA, right? Isn't that who it is? Yeah. Oh, that's right. New Year's. He's asking about the parties. Aren't there any lefty parties? No, there aren't any lefty parties.
They think they're lefty.
You have to seek them out. They think that's the thing. They think they are lefty. But when I'm at a party, you have to seek. It's like you find those people. You find the real lefties, and they find you.
Well, the best part of one of those parties was when one of the women came up to me and she said, I have an idea for a new T-shirt. I'm like, oh, boy, what is it? I'm with her. And it's a photo of Claire Daly.
Oh.
You got to love that idea.
Oh, that's good. Look at that. All right, good. There's something.
Is it just that the left can't get its shit together to throw a Christmas party? Is that it? Only the libs are stable enough to have one?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Maybe that. I don't know many people who think like me. Do you?
No, almost none.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess you got a point there. I guess you got a point.
It's hard to get them in the same room because there's not many of them. But there's going to be plenty of them at the Two Roads Theater on December 30th. I'll tell you that. Already sold out. It's already sold out. Come see us do a live stand-up show. We'll be in Venice, California, Palmdale, California, Omaha, Des Moines, Milwaukee, Lansing, Bend, Oregon, Portland, Oregon, Seattle, Washington, Boston, Massachusetts, and we're going to Europe. Do you live in Europe? We're going to be there. Go to jimmydore.com for a link for all those tickets.